Alright, so this is a suggestion via a donation. The name of the video is Woman Insults Cashier Wearing a U.S. Flag. The man's reaction stuns shoppers. Let's check it out. Wow, let's do this here. Alright, let's get it.
Woman insults cashier wearing U.S. flag. Man's reaction stuns shoppers.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
As a soldier stood in line at a California grocery store, a woman wearing a hijab confronted the store's cashier about their American flag pin, and everyone in the store heard it. However, a man standing behind the soldier wasn't having any of it, and by the time he finished, the entire store was caught off guard. According to an unverifiable claim, a man recounted the story about how his soldier son had gone to California and encountered many different
of course it was California
people, most of whom thanked him for his military service and fighting to protect our freedoms.
Right.
However, one incident at a grocery store as he headed back to base stuck in his mind. As the soldier was waiting in the checkout line, a woman dressed in a hijab had some unkind things to say about our country and the flag that represents it. He heard the woman ahead of him loudly remark about the cashier's American flag pin. In response, the cashier reached up and touched the pin, saying, "Yes, I always wear it and probably always will." Apparently, that didn't sit too well with the hijab-wearing woman, who claimed to be of Iraqi descent. She shot back by asking the clerk when she was going to stop bombing her country. Well, that comment didn't go unnoticed or unchecked. After a man standing behind the soldier heard her remark, he spoke up. Putting his arm around the soldier's shoulders, he said in a calm and gentle voice to the Iraqi woman, "Lady, hundreds of thousands of men and women like this young man have fought and died so that you could stand here in my country and accuse a checkout cashier of bombing your countrymen. It is my belief that had you been this outspoken in your own country, we wouldn't need to be there today. But hey."
She couldn't, wait, really quickly. She couldn't do that. You said she, wearing a hijab, this is a woman, right? There's no way that she actually could be this outspoken under any circumstance, but let's get it.
Had you been this outspoken in your own country, we wouldn't need to be there today. But hey, if you have now learned how to speak out so loudly and clearly, I'll gladly buy you a ticket and pay your way back to Iraq so you can straighten out the mess in your country that you are obviously here in my country to avoid. Ouch.
That's fair.
This man was blunt in his response, but he is 100% right. Apparently, everyone in the store thought so too, and they all started cheering after they heard what he said. Whether you're a Muslim, Christian, Democrat, or Republican, you should respect the American flag and all that it represents. Is it a true story? There were few details to use for verification. None of the characters in the story had a name or were in any other way identifiable. As far as we know, no one has stepped forward to say, "I was that soldier," or "I was that cashier," or "I was a customer in the store that day and saw the confrontation." Although the story is likely just an urban legend, it does bring up a lot of great points. The hijab-wearing woman's attitude exemplifies the problem with some of the people who come to our nation seeking refuge from the problems they've created in their home country. This Iraqi woman wants to enjoy our freedom, our economy, and our country. Meanwhile, she turns around and insults our flag. Thankfully, this woman is not representative of all immigrants. But, as the man in the store said to her at the time, if you don't like America, we'll gladly send you back to where you came from. Just let us know when you'd like to leave.
Oh, all right. Let's have this conversation. This is a deep one here. Absolutely, this is a deep one. In no way could she actually speak her mind as a woman in her country. That's not really a thing. Her wearing a hijab really has nothing to do with it also, but it just says that she's Muslim, right? She's devout in a sense. Now, her saying what she said specifically to the cashier is absolutely terrible. You know, I mean, what does this young man have to do with it like that, right? But just be fully aware, this is a very interesting two-sided thing that's happening here. Is she right? Absolutely. Was she wrong for saying that to him? Absolutely. He has nothing to do with it. He's just ringing you up, right? Your qualms are really with the people that are, affecting your country, right? But I get it. At the same time, you are, in fact, in the United States of America, right? You have left that, most likely refugee status, right? You are now taking advantage of every single thing America has to offer. So you should, at the very least, respect specifically our soldiers. Okay, I understand your plight. Don't get me wrong. I have the ability to see both sides of most arguments that happen here. Obviously, she wants all the craziness to stop. Maybe she lost a family member or two. Guys, I mean, imagine what she specifically has ran from, right? So her overall opinion is not wrong. She was wrong, exclusively by saying to the guy, hey, when is your country going to stop doing this? Well, it's your country now too, okay? Now, the soldier that kind of stepped in, I respect it also, right? To absolutely stand up for the flag. Again, I'm pointing at mine, right? Absolutely stand up for the flag, but you cannot say blindly that she should go back to her country if she doesn't agree, right? Even though she's taken advantage, again, of the refugee system. But, guys, I love the United States of America, right? I'm not going to allow generally people to disrespect, my country in front of me. Why? Because, again, I'm from the United States of America. This is my birthplace, right? But the United States of America is like a mother, let's say, right? It birthed us all. Right? Do we know that our mother occasionally has flaws? Absolutely. Hopefully you're open-minded enough to kind of realize that, there are some issues at hand here, right? Absolute issues at hand. So when we look at these situations like this, at the very least, we need to kind of see both sides of the case here. Do I believe that this situation happened? It happens every single day in Manhattan, right? So it doesn't surprise me. I mean, if it happened in California, it doesn't surprise me in California because it happens every single day in New York, right? That's just a reality of things. There are people that come here, refugee status, they still obviously remember everything that they've gone through before they were kind of sucked out of their country, right? They're going through it internally. They're going to take it out on anyone that they see fit. Is it nice to do? Absolutely not. Was she wrong? 50-50, right? The soldier in the background that came in, was he wrong? Maybe 70-30. Because by telling her to go back to her country, knowing that she as a woman cannot actually say anything or fix anything in her country, a little weird. Specifically, if you served over in that region, you know absolutely that she does not. So that's the only thing that kind of rubs me a little weirdly, because, if he served there, he knows instantly that she can't, right? But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. Guys, let me know in the comments. What do you think? I admit she was wrong, but she also has some merit in her wrongness, if that makes any sense. The cashier, nothing's wrong at all. He was just doing his job. He has an American flag pin on. He's American. It's fine, right? The soldier behind that stepped in, I respect it 70%. The 30 is a little a little weird, right? But either way, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.